YouTube, this is the Dbtgamer Show, episode 168. Now, a few months back, I reviewed Mario & Luigi's Superstar Saga for the Game Boy Advance, and it's a very good portable Mario RPG that was great fun to go. Now I'm going to review the sequel, Mario & Luigi's Partners in Time for the Nintendo DS. So, let's get started. That's my camera, so let's start this review. Now, Mario & Luigi's Partners in Time is a very good Mario RPG. The story for this game is pretty basic, although it has some quite hilarious moments in it. Basically, an evil race of alien mushrooms want to steal an ancient treasure called the Cobalt Star. And this star, they believe, if they use it correctly, they can summon an evil demon, ancient, creepy princess mushroom thing who will allow them to take over the entire world. So it's Mario and Luigi's job and the two babies to stop them. Also, throughout the game, they capture Princess Peach several times. That's the basic story for the game, from what I remember. The graphics of the game are rather good. Now, the top screen, most of the time, it will be your map. And the bottom screen is where most of the action is. Although in battles, this may play out differently because some attacks in battles fly up to the top screen and then drop down to the bottom screen. So you've got to keep your eye on both screens simultaneously, especially when you're dealing with enemies that do those sort of moves. The controls of the game are very, very good. Throughout the game, there's several tutorials to teach you how to play the game, so controls are very easy to learn and to pick up and play. Arrows move you around. To drop the baby, press Y. You can start moving them around. X jumps Baby Mario, Y jumps Baby Luigi, A jumps Mario, and B jumps Luigi. If you walk the big brothers up to the babies, you can pick them up again. You can even do combo jumps by jumping with Mario, then jumping with Mario, and the same with Luigi. So the controls of this game work really, really well. Start brings up your menu so you can sort your items out. You can also change what certain buttons do with the R and L button, but I'll talk about those later because it involves explaining a few puzzles that you'll come across in the game. Music of the game. The music of the game is also very good. There's several nice tracks in the game, and most of them fit the game's point of story really well. Gameplay of the game. Well, it's an RPG. It's a very good RPG. The game itself can be beaten in about 25 hours. Although, if you know what you're doing, you can probably beat it in under 20. But at the most, it'll take you 20 to 30 hours. No longer. Good stuff about this game. The good stuff about this game, the story is very good. The cutscenes are rather funny, especially the ones where you learn certain new moves. The gameplay is very good. The battle systems are very, very similar to the previous game. So let me just go into a time portal, and I will go find some battles. The game's plot revolves a lot around time travel. You keep having to go back in time to save pieces of the Cobalt Star from the evil mushrooms. And also, you have to go back in time to save Princess Peach a few times as well. Hold on, YouTube, I've just found a battle. Right, YouTube, I've had a look around, I've managed to find some enemies, so let's get on with the explaining about the battle system. You can do first strikes in this game, just the same as Paper Mario, which is a good feature. Unfortunately, my character is so strong, if I do a first strike, it almost kills everything in one go. So this time I'm going to intentionally walk into the enemies. Right, here we go. You can either jump on the enemies, hit them with your hammer, or use bro items, which I'll talk about later, or you can use actual items, or you can run away. Let's start off with some attacks. The action commands are back. At the end of each attack, if you press the corresponding button to the character who's using the move, you can do more damage with that attack, or make the action command longer, and then do more damage with the attack. It's quite a complicated system, and it does take a while to get used because it's all based on you pressing the right buttons at the right time and knowing what all your moves need the button combinations to do. But once you practice it a few times, you'll get it eventually. I'm going to show off a special move. The special move in this game I use as bro items. Bro items basically replace your special move points. In the previous game, you had special move points, and these special move points would let you use special moves. In this game, you buy the item, and then you select the item, and you use it, and then you can perform your special moves. It's a pretty good system, although you do need to manage your money a lot more, and you do need to find a lot more money in order to keep everything that you want in check. I'm going to use a green shell, that's one of my favourites. Usually we'll be able to bounce the items back and forth from Mario to Luigi and each enemy. If press the Y button whilst the baby's on top of the shell, the baby can pull out its hammer and smash the enemy while it's spinning around to do even more damage. So there's a lot of interesting combos you can do, depending on which characters you have in your party. One moment. I'm back now, you tried to go sort out something. Right, the next time we'll talk about is the Mario Bros themselves. The way the game works is the babies are kind of your weakest characters, and they don't have very high defense, and they're pretty weak, so you need to train them up quite quickly when you get them, because if you don't, they can start to struggle. But the babies can use hammers. They can also use the ability to go underground and pick up beans. I'll talk about the beans later because they're kind of important. Whereas the adult Mario Bros, they're pretty average. They're stronger than the babies, obviously, but they're not so strong that they're overpowered. They're just average as far as I'm concerned. The Mario Bros can have quite a few insane special moves. They can turn into a ball, so they can get up hills really, very fast. And can also do a spinning jump thing, which is used for getting across long platforms. Throughout the main adventure, there's also certain points in the story where you may have to participate in certain mini-games in order to progress, and some of them are quite fun. Most of them involve getting your button timing right so you can advance to the next part of the story. One moment. Right, YouTube, I'm back now. I had to go sort a few more things out. And the next thing we'll talk about is the map. The map is a very useful tool because it helps chart your progress through the game. Most of the time when you want to go somewhere, the game will just put your little pointer and it'll tell you to go there next. It's a really useful tool, and it's almost impossible to get lost in this game. Although there was the odd time I had to go on the internet and find out where I actually needed to go in the actual area I was already in. But most of the time the game is pretty straightforward as far as knowing where you need to go. throughout the game, your Mario Bros. Obtain several equipments. You got your clothing, which can give you several abilities. At the moment, Baby Luigi's wearing the Royal Pants, which is one of the best equipments he can get. It gives him quite a lot of defense. Baby Mario's wearing the Rocket Jeans, which gives him also a lot of defense. And Luigi himself is wearing the Space Trousers, which are a pretty good equip item. And Mario's wearing the Supreme Slacks. There are some better equips than these, but they're the best ones I can afford. And they've done me well, I suppose. There's also badges in the game. I only use one badge in this game. That's the Cure Badge A rank. Basically, every turn I take, I get to recover a certain amount of HP for my character. So each turn they will recover 20 HP. So it's like an auto heal. It's a really useful badge. It works quite well because this game can be rather difficult, especially when the enemy keeps throwing the same attacks and you keep screwing up, and the heal badge helps subside some of the damage that you've taken. When you fight enemies, obviously you level up. And one of the things I really like about these Mario RPGs is you can actually choose a bonus for your level up. So if you level up on a certain enemy, you can pick a certain stat, and this stat will get an extra boost because you picked it. Which is a really good idea. Okay, gives the player the option to customise his characters a little bit more. Oops, went the wrong way, YouTube. Next time we'll talk about YouTube is the shops. Throughout the game, there aren't that many shops. From what I remember, there's only 2 or 3. The main shop in the main castle area is probably the one you'll find yourself going to the most. The castle shop is in the top right-hand corner of the castle, so I'll just make my way over there and also show you around the castle a little bit. The castle is sort of like the main hub world, which can teleport you to most of the areas in the game. And it's pretty big. Here we are. This toad sells you standard items, so you can heal your HP and stats effects. You've also items that can raise your offense for a little while and raise your defense for a little while. And you've also got one that can raise your speed. So that's a pretty good shop. And this toad over here takes care of buying gear. You can buy armor and badges from this guy. One thing I really liked about this game was the discount system. Throughout the game, depending on which point in the story, you can sometimes get discounts on stuff that you buy, and it can save you quite a few coins. And since this game's battle system and equipment system is so dependent on how many coins you have, it really helps out, because every coin counts. Anyway, YouTube, I've run out of time, so in the next part I will hopefully finish off this route.